This video contains discussions on both pet and human deaths and loss and grief. I have a little plushie with me to help me get through this, and a little tea, which is too hot to drink, so I'm just gonna have it on the side. Wow, my heart is racing. I don't know why this feels really hard. Hi, it's been a while. I apologize that it's been quite a while since I've made a video. So today I'm gonna talk very briefly about what's been going on in my life, and also I asked you guys some questions both on Instagram and also on my posts page on YouTube, and I got a couple of questions from you guys, so I'm gonna go into those. But let's first start with the kind of elephant in the room of why I have been on a hiatus and why I continue still being absent for a while. I don't know when I will be coming back. I miss creating videos. I do miss creating videos a lot, but I'm currently unable to stay at my house full time. I can stay here for a short period of time, depending on how much I can take. I'm gonna go into what's going on, but yeah, I can kind of stay here. I'm here right now, but I am living with my grandparents at the moment, and that is also making it quite difficult to make videos and do all that, because I need to like film them, edit them, and like all that. So anyways, that's why I have been unable to create any content besides a couple of videos that I've made for my third channel. I don't even know what to call it. I'm gonna change the name of the channel because the current name doesn't make any sense currently. So yeah, let's just get into what's going on. So let's start chronologically, because that's the easiest way to explain these things. And if you want to skip to the Q&A, here's wait, this side, here's the time when my Q&A part starts. So if you're just curious about the questions here, you're welcome. You can by all means skip to that point. Also, if I seem a little bit teary-eyed, obviously we're talking about loss, so I'm gonna be a little bit emotional. But also I got a call just before filming this video giving me new details about something, and it changes a little bit the kind of how I approach this situation. So yeah, just I apologize if I cry in this video, but I want to make it because I want you to know what's going on and also explain why I've been so absent. So let's start with, obviously, you guys who follow me on Twitch and on Instagram, and well, you all know I had a cat, but yeah, I had Nemo, my little kitty, my familiar. My plan was that if I put on makeup, I would tell myself, do not cry, you're not gonna cry, but here we are. Anyways, he got very sick, and then eventually he got the diagnosis to lymphoma. It's quite common. I didn't know this before, and there's a lot of reasons why a lot of things went poorly with his case. Like, I'm quite, not mad, but like I'm very disappointed in the care that we got from different vets. And the whole kind of journey with him could have lasted like a few weeks to maybe a month or a little bit over that, and instead it took us half a year to figure out what was wrong with him. So that was extremely hard, and he was everything to me, and he had to be put down a month ago. I'm taking a lot of breaks, but I just cannot get through this without crying. I'm so sorry, but he meant so much to me that it's really hard to talk about this. And I just can't keep my composure, so I'm very sorry about that. The final week before his diagnosis, and I knew the diagnosis wasn't gonna be a good one, so I took a week off before that from work, so I got to spend the last week with him. And then a couple weeks after that, our windows got changed in the building that I live in, like my house windows. And the windows are fine, they're fabulous, except something happened within the structures of the house. We believe that it is a breeze, like an air like air moving inside somewhere very small, like a hole or like a crack or something, and it creates this like whistling sound. It's a constant, this, it's the same tune, same note. Like imagine pressing a key on a piano or pulling a string of a string instrument, but it doesn't stop. It just like it's the same note all the time, constantly. In the daytime, the noise is the strongest in my bedroom, unfortunately. That though means that I can be in the house usually. The noise isn't usually so loud that I can't like put other sounds like music, or in the living room it isn't very like audible. So I can be in my house in the daytime, but I cannot sleep here because the sound is very audible in the bedroom. And the final night before I moved to my grandparents was like a final stage, like the straw that broke the camel's back, because I woke up at before 2 a.m. and it was like ringing in my ears. Like if you've ever experienced tinnitus or tinnitus, I don't know how to say that, but anyways, like that, but from the outside, not in my head or in my ear, like it's an actual sound. I moved to my grandparents, and now 2 weeks later they haven't still fixed it. But yeah, currently I am unable to live in my house, which is quite frustrating. And then because things just couldn't get any worse than that, my mum passed away unexpectedly. Like I don't want to go into detail, it's quite grim. But yeah, it's not like everything's finished and everything's done. We're in the middle of it still, but as I said, I just got new information, and with the light of that information we can kind of deduct that it was an accident. I don't really want to talk about these things. They're very like personal, very private things. I don't really want to put myself out in the internet, like super personal things about my life, but I do want to say that this loss is quite complicated for me because I've been no contact with my mom for almost 10 years now. I haven't seen her, like met with her, maybe since 2019 possibly. So it's not the same as somebody who lost their parent that they've been in good terms with and lived with, and like it's not the traditional way of grief. I don't know, because grief is always different for different people, and it doesn't really matter what kind of relationship you have. It can hit you in different kind of ways, be really hard or not. It's really difficult to like predict these things. I just want to say that it's not like hitting me like it's hitting me quite hard, but I'm not unable to take care of myself or something. Like I'm still going to work. That's actually really helpful for me to not think about these things. So I'm still going to work. I'm still like doing things, seeing my friends. Like I'm trying to still keep living my life, even though it's kind of weird right now. And we have a lot of family members that are in the same exact kind of situation that I am in. So we can support each other and be there for each other. So like, I don't know, it's difficult. In other ways, it's fine. Like it is what it is. And in other ways, it's hard. But yeah, that's basically it. I'm just like at this point waiting when the next thing comes. I don't know what to expect from next month, but I just really hope it's not another death, because this is quite a lot for one summer. Anyways, that's basically it. Yeah, if I can ask, if you want to leave a comment, that's okay. If I can ask you to not talk about it in the comments. I mean, I understand why people do say like, oh my god, my condolences, that's horrible. I understand why you would want to do that. I appreciate that, but let's just, let's talk about something else. I've had enough of this. I'm dealing with it. I'm trying. I'm going forward as much as I can. And yeah, let's talk about something more nice, fun, happy. Yeah, that's also why I really want to get back into filming, because I want to like go back to like the things I love. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I need a little bit more time, but yeah, in the meantime, I'm doing everything I can. Like I have been doing a little video here and there on my third channel that I need a new name for, because there is no more paw prints. There will be one day, but not right now. And I want that channel to be like a combination of everything. Like, I don't really want to label it a theme based on like novels or any books I read. I want to do videos about those, but I don't want that to be only the focus. I want to do whatever I want on that channel. I can't use the More Izu name, so I don't know. I need to figure out what to call the third channel. I need a new name. If you have any suggestions, put them in the comments, but no need. You don't have to come up with a name. I'll figure out something at some point. But yeah, that has been fun because I haven't had to appear on camera. This is the first time I'm actually appearing on camera, and it's okay. It's getting better. It's getting easier, but yeah, it's just easier sometimes to not appear and be perceived, you know? Yeah, basically that is it, as I said already like 3 times. And I decided to do the Q&A at the end of this video. I know it's kind of weird. I've just talked about how I lost my cat and my mom, and now we're gonna just talk about silly little questions. But I didn't want to end this video on a very sad note. I didn't want to end this video in me crying. So I thought it would be more fun to have the Q&A at the end of this video. So I apologize for the awkward switch to some questions, but maybe me acknowledging it is less awkward. I don't know. I just didn't want to end it in a very sad note. So yeah, let's do a little Q&A. And you guys came through. I got quite a many questions. I was expecting like 3 questions and I got way more. So thank you so much. Anyways, let's get into the questions. Reski, you asked if I wanted to make any machinima about a story that I currently play. What story will you turn into machinima? Not currently. I would like to maybe one day do another machinima, but making machinimas, it is so much work. You have no idea. If you've never made a machinima, you have no idea how hard it is to make those. Every time I watch a machinima or I see somebody making a machinima, I am in awe because those take so much work and dedication and motivation and just like restraint to not throw your PC out of the window. You need so much patience. Yeah, not currently. I'm not planning to do any machinimas anytime soon. Possibly, maybe something when we finish Not So Berry. I'm not promising anything because I don't have the energy or the time right now. Oh, well, we're far from finishing it anyways, but yeah, I don't know if I'll have the resources to do it then either. But to answer your question, no, not really. But maybe one day. Then you also asked what challenges that you want to play in your Sims game but don't have the time to do so. Oh my god, this is such a good question. I love looking through legacy challenges. It is actually a problem of mine. I have a problem. There are so many legacy challenges that I wish I could do. It takes me forever to go from one gen to the next. So with the way that I do my challenges currently, it's not possible. I have 5 ongoing series plus all the extra things that I sometimes do. So yeah, I can't really add to that. But I have been forever wanting to do the Disney Princess Challenge. And then also, it's not an existing challenge, but I really want to make a project myself of making the Stardew Valley game into The Sims as a save file. I really want to do that and then play some kind of Stardew Valley inspired challenge in The Sims. I really want to do that. Yeah, those are the 2 that I'm most excited, but there are other challenges that I definitely have been looking at before and wondering when I would have the time to do those. And then you also, Reski, you asked on Instagram, it's kind of the same question that you elaborated more on Blue Sky. So you asked what themes I'd want to turn into a story, but afraid to do so. And I do think that this was tied to your other question, but I wanted to answer this separately because this is a really good question. This is quite a deep Like, you need to think about this kind of question. And I really liked this. There are not many themes that I wouldn't want to explore. I find there is fun and humor and all that in those kind of like silly things, like we can joke about like dark humor, like with my Grim Reaper stuff and Black Widow challenge we did, and like we've all played The Sims and killed Sims in The Sims, so like it's not that serious, but some topics are so serious that I just don't want to. I don't want them to exist on my channel. So yeah, there are some topics I would never touch, and then there are some less dark things that I would never touch because I'm a little bit afraid of portraying them wrong. I know not perfect representation is better than no representation, so that's why I've already, like, I have a lot of LGBTQ stuff on my channel. A lot of my Sims are queer, even though I'm not necessarily queer. For that reason, I don't really have good first-hand experience about, like, for example, gay couples and stuff like that, but I don't feel like I have to have those experiences to understand them. For that reason, I don't kind of steer away from those kind of stories at all. I want strong LGBTQI plus representation on my channel. I've always wanted that. The only difficulty I have with those stories is one I've never touched specifically. I've made Sims that are non-binary and also transgender in like casts, but I've never actually played with a transgender Sim, and I would like to have a story of revolving that theme, but I am afraid that I won't do it perfectly. And I know I can't do it perfectly because there doesn't exist a perfect experience of that. Everybody has a different experience. So for that reason, I'm free to do that, but I'm just afraid I will do something wrong. And because I don't know personally any transgender people, I can't go and ask if what I'm doing is okay. I know I obviously have a brain and I can search and I can educate myself, but it's a little bit different when it's coming from me, a cisgendered female woman, versus a transgender person. So that theme I would like to portray on my channel, but actually have been too afraid to do it. So maybe one day, maybe I will do a side character, and then eventually, if people are okay with that, like they don't feel like I'm doing something wrong, I don't know, maybe then we could, or maybe it could be like a collaborate effort with like you guys. So maybe if one day we decide to do that, it could be like you guys also chiming in what I'm doing, especially if you are actually in real life trans, then you could also, help me. I don't know. It's something I would like to do, but I haven't because I'm a little bit afraid of doing it wrong. Then my friend Jenny asks a very serious question. To be fully bald all over or hair all over? Oh my god, I just cracked when I read this. I was like, of course. I would not expect anything less from her. I would say fur all over, but then I would be like a Chewbacca type of creature. And I think in a society that we have currently, it would be quite difficult. Even though it would be very convenient, because then I would have always fur and I would never be naked. And, well, I would, but I mean, like, it's like dogs are always naked and we're still fine with that, And it would be also fun in the winter because I would not be too cold. But in a society that we live in right now, maybe I would actually go for the bald option, because then I could get a glued on wig and eyelash, like, they're not extensions, but like things that they can like glue onto your skin, microbladed eyebrows. And yeah, I would never have to shave ever again, which would be fine with me. So maybe actually I would be bald. Though maybe if I had hair all over, that would mean I would have really thick, beautiful hair, like head hair. And then I could go into like a laser treatment to get rid of all the excess hair. And maybe it could work that it would not grow. Maybe either as thick or just at all, you know, grow back. So I don't know. I'm afraid to say bald, and then tomorrow I'm gonna wake up bald. I really don't want to be bald, so I'm gonna say hair all over, actually. And then she asks another question, which is my favorite song at the moment. I go through phases where I listen to either one song repeatedly or an album repeatedly. However, right now I don't really have that, although I do feel like the Bella Porch's new song, I forgot what it's called actually. Stay Gone, yeah. I'm getting the urge to listen to that song over and over again. So I think my next obsession will be Stay Gone. So I guess my current favorite song at the moment is Bella Porch's Stay Gone, but it depends a lot. I get a new favorite song every other week or every other month, or however long it takes for me to get a new favorite. I think Lucas Seuss, I'm gonna say Lucas, I'm sorry, asked if I plan to have any kids. It's a very serious question this time. And my answer to that is a hard no. I've never, well, when I was a very small kid, let's say like maybe 5 years old or maybe something like that, I decided that I was gonna have 2 kids. It was me and my sister, so I also wanted 2 kids at that, not that time, but like when I was a kid. I informed my grandmother, by the way. I informed her, I didn't even ask her opinion on this. I just told her that I was gonna have 2 kids and she was gonna take care of them. Which is kind of funny because she did take care of me and my sister, so she had 2 kids to take care of, like additional to her own kids. No, I don't think I will ever have a kid. I'm not a very kidsy person. I don't understand kids very much. I've never been the person to be super like, oh, babies are so cute. Like, I just don't get it. I think I lack a gene or some synopsis in my brain or something. I don't know. It's just I've never had the urge to have kids. And the list for the reasons to not have kids is ever growing because of my relationship with all of my grandparents, but especially with my grandma. I would have loved to be a grandma. I don't want to be a mom, but I would love to be a grandma. Maybe I'm gonna become a member of this some kind of group that has grandparents for hire. Master Moo asks, do you have something you want to accomplish within the next few years? One, I would like to have another pet. I don't know if that's an accomplishment, but I do want another pet. I'm gonna be sad about Nemo passing for a while, and nothing can ever, just like my late dog that's no longer here either, no one and nothing can ever like replace them. But now that I don't have anybody here, it's quite sad and lonely. I do love having animals. I miss having a little companion. So I do want another pet at some point. It would be cool to reach 2,000 subscribers. That would be fun. I don't really, with this summer especially, I haven't been in the mind space to really like grow my channel and all that. And I also want to talk about that briefly at the end of this video. But yeah, it would be cool to reach 2K subscribers. That would be fun. And also one thing I want to achieve, well, I don't know if these are achievements. Well, the subscriber one is, but anyways, I would like to do more things with my 3rd channel. I'm already like planning things. I am so deep into my obsession with journaling, planning, planners, scrapbooking, anything to do with like paper crafts and stuff. I think it's the autumn months that really get me into this kind of space because it used to be so like prominent of a time when I was at school. It was so fun when we got to go back to school and I got all new stationery stuff, like new books, new notebooks, new pens, new erasers, sometimes a new backpack, like all these kind of things. I'm so happy whenever that time of year comes. So I am like, that kind of energy is still kind of embedded like inside me. So whenever autumn starts to like arrive, I'm always super motivated to do anything with like notebooks and scrapbooks and books and everything like that. So I'm very into that space currently, and I want to film more videos about that. And yeah, I'm really excited and inspired to do that. So yeah, I would like to do more of that, and also more just like any kind of like cozy kind of living content, like anything besides gaming. I love my gaming stuff and I will do that, don't worry. I'm not gonna stop, but I would love to do something more with that channel just because I love making videos and I love other things. So yeah, I don't know if I really answered your questions though. I don't really have realistic things I could achieve in like a couple of years. I don't think I have many. I don't know if that's a bad thing, but I don't really have any aspirations. Maybe that's a little sad. I'm sorry. And then Lima Hama Sims asks the funniest comment that you received. And I've gotten a couple funny ones, a couple of a little silly ones, but the one that comes to mind, which is kind of, I don't know if you can count this as a comment, because it's somebody tried to befriend me on Discord and I didn't know who they were, and I kept like ignoring it because I don't accept strangers on Discord. It's just for my like friends and people I know to like converse and all that. Anyways, so they were asking to be friends or whatever on Discord, and eventually I accepted and asked, who are you? They changed completely, just like a classic, you know. I don't know if they were a man, but a very classic male response. They completely changed and was like, oh, you're like a horrible person, blah blah blah. I can't for the life of me remember the exact wording that they used, except for the end, which was something like you're horrible, blah blah blah, you female pest. And it stuck with me in a like comical way, because every time I think about it I just laugh, and I was like, yeah, I am a female pest. Like, I will take that. That is so funny. And honestly, it cracked me up. I am sorry, but it just cracked me up. So I think about that sometimes and laugh. It's amazing. And it is also amazing how many times people are like so angry in the comments. I don't often get hate comments, but sometimes, especially on bigger games that are more male audience orientated, like Wuthering Waves or Genshin or something like that. And on my Twitch like stream VODs channel, I do sometimes get some weird comments. People can be really weird, but usually it just makes me laugh. Like, you are so angry about a stranger online saying something you don't like, or it's not like, I'm not even like super controversial. I'm not saying something super weird. So it's just, I don't know, it does make me laugh. And especially when it's people that keep coming back onto like my videos and my comment section, or any, like, it doesn't have to be mine, it can be like any other. Like, if you have like a dedicated hater, like, why? Why are you making yourself angry and watching something that you don't like or hate? Like, it is just so beyond funny and kind of sad also, because like, why don't you do something that you like? It's so funny. Anyways, that, I'm sorry I don't have the actual comment because it was golden. Either Iamas or Lamas, I don't know. I'm sorry. Asked what's my favorite movie. I have many, but if I had to pick one, can I say 3? My childhood favorite movie was Spirit the Stallion. I don't know what's the English title of that movie. And there are so many that I really want to list as well. Like, I want to say so many more, but I will just keep it as this one, because that was like my favorite movie of all time as a kid. I've watched this so many times that I literally cannot count. And then my adult favorite movie, I don't watch too many movies. I just want to say all the animated movies that I watched. Like, I want to say a Ghibli movie. Oof, I don't know. I honestly don't know. There are so many good movies that I cannot pick one. I'm gonna say Music and Lyrics. It's an old rom-com. I'm just gonna say that because I love that movie. But honestly, I don't know. I'm not a big movie buff, and there are so many good movies, especially animated ones, because I love an animated movie. So yeah, I don't know what my favorite one would be. That's a bad response. If you would have asked about books, I would have had a better answer. But I don't really watch especially new movies. I don't really like movies nowadays. Not because they're movies, but because they're not like they used to be. And then April Dark on YouTube, you asked a couple of questions, which is fun. I'm gonna answer them in a reverse order. What are your favorite videos you have ever created? And that's a really good question. There are a couple of videos that I'm really proud of. I'm really proud of my proper machinima mini movie I did for my orange not so berry orange gen. That one, even though it almost broke me while creating it, it is one of my favorite videos I've ever done. I really loved making the Little Mermaid video. I'm very proud of that one, even though the voiceover in that video is so cringy. I've watched it once this year, I think, or last year, just out of curiosity, but I really loved making it. I love making mermaids. I love the Little Mermaid too. I was obsessed with Little Mermaid when I was a kid. I always played mermaids at the pool, so mermaids have a special, place in my heart. Yeah, it's one of my favorites, I would say. There might be others that I'm just not listing. I really loved my BitLife series as a whole. I found my BitLife series really fun. I really enjoyed it. And I really like my Animal Crossing series as a whole. I'm not really answering your question because they're series, not videos, but yeah, I don't really have a good answer to this one. I'm realizing I don't have very good answers. I'm sorry. Maybe that's why nobody asks me any questions. And then the second question you asked was, what do you think about the Sims community in general? Did you notice any change in the span of a few years? It's been over 10 years now that I've been, well, it's been many more years than that I've played The Sims, but I've been playing The Sims for almost 10 years, and I've been in the quote-unquote being in the community for maybe, I don't know, 8 years, something like that, almost 10 years. And I've noticed a lot of change, and it kind of breaks my heart sometimes, especially now. Like the last 2 years of the Sims franchise and the Sims 4, it's been quite hard and heartbreaking to see all the bad changes and the slow death that EA is determined to give the Sims 4. It's heartbreaking, and I see that heartbreak all over the community. So many people that are so rude and so negative and just hates the game and hates everybody in the community. I see the pain. I see someone who cared so much about something and it got destroyed, and it's kind of grief. It is a form of grief, and I hate that. I hate that we have to attack each other in the community instead of blaming the company that makes the game. Of course, a lot of people do, but yeah, I just wish we could coexist in peace. Let people play their game as they see fit. Like, nobody should care about that. Like, it's just, I don't know. We are in each other's throats way too much, and I don't like that at all. I feel like it's becoming more and more negative, the community. I miss the golden time of The Sims at 2018 to 2020. It was wonderful. It was so exciting. So many people in the community, and so many people were creating content, videos, streams, comics. I miss that so much. It was exciting and inspiring and positive. Of course, there were problems then as well, but we still had a kind of hope that things would get better and things could get fixed and the game could get better and more stable. And I don't know, it's sad. And so many creators have stopped. So many of my favorite creators, some of my mutuals, some of the people that I actually cared about and communicated online with have stopped, either completely disappeared or just stopped making Sims content. CC creators have retired. People have become nasty and greedy, and just it's really sad. It's just all over so sad. And yeah, we're just going into a worse direction all the time, both the community and the game. And with the EA buyout, I feel like that's just the end of it. I don't believe that people are stopping to play The Sims. I don't think I will stop to play The Sims, but I am expecting a large dip in like the interest in this game. And that's also why I've been trying to see if I could be inspired by other things, other video ideas, and also why I've been looking into making more videos with my third channel, because I love making videos, but I feel like there will come a day at some point in time where either I or the audience just aren't interested in The Sims 4 anymore. And everything that I've seen about the Project X thing, I hate. I absolutely will never want to play that game if it ever gets released. And so the only good possible outcome that we could have is that somebody good, a good, reliable, ethical, nice, wonderful, decent, morally intact and good developer studio, like game studio, buys The Sims from EA. That's the only real possible option that I could see The Sims surviving this. If that doesn't happen, then I don't think there's gonna be interest in this game forever. Well, forever, that's not possible anyways, but like years and years to come. I just don't believe so. So I've been looking into any other possible content, and I've been really inspired with, as I said, all the books content, all the notebooking, scrapbooking, paper crafts type of thing, and other type of things. And I've finally found, with my third channel, I've found an avenue to also make content about other things, because I was so scared what happens if nobody wants to watch Sims and I feel so bad about the game that I don't want to make any videos. Because right now it's not happening for me. I still want to play The Sims, I still want to do my stories, but if it happens in the future, there's nothing I can do anymore, because I don't really want to make videos about other games, because I'm so story driven. I don't really see a way for me to make videos about me playing like narrative RGB games. I can stream them and upload the streams, but it's not the same as making videos. I love editing. I love making my videos. So for that reason, I was trying to find a way to do it in a new format, and I found it. And now I'm slowly dipping my toes into that. I'm not abandoning this channel. I don't know how many times I need to say it so that like it's very clear to everybody, but I am not retiring this channel. Don't unsubscribe because videos are gonna come eventually when I'm ready, but like let's say in 2 years, nobody knows what's happening with EA right now, so like maybe they just completely stop supporting the game and I can't play it, so then what? That's why I'm trying to figure out what else I can do. But this is what I wanted to also talk about, like the future of this channel. So this is like a little good segue to that. The final, or the first thing that April you asked was, what do you think about the Sims 4 game develops? Would you add or change anything if you could? That's the final question. I will talk about that and then go into my channel stuff. Yes, I even have a little note page on my phone notes of a video I wanted to make at some point of me going through all the things that I wish we had in The Sims 4 and I wish got put in the game, and now I just don't want to make that anymore, because like I'm not putting any money into this game anymore. I don't want to support the new owners. I don't want anything to do with EA. I will continue playing the game because I've already bought everything I have or gotten it, so like I'm not gonna waste that, and also the game means a lot to me, so I'm gonna continue playing it. But other than that, I really don't want to support EA, and it feels wrong then talking about things I want to be added into the game, because then like that inherently means like give us new DLC and we'll buy it, you know? I don't care what they release, even the most exciting thing, and I don't want to buy it because I just don't want to give them money. I can't do these decisions on every single thing. I need to buy food that I can afford, so I cannot make an ethical, morally correct, wonderful, perfect choice every single time. But on the things that are non-necessities and aren't that important, like Sims is super important to me, but it's not something I need for my life, you know? But in those decisions that I can exercise caution and like be educated, I will. And Sims is one of those. So yeah, I just don't want to give them money. So yeah, I don't know if I want to answer this. I'm gonna answer in a way. I wish they had add these before. I wish we had got a bands pack before today, like before the buyout. I wish we got a proper band music pack. That would have been wonderful. I also wish we had got a standalone proper game from the start. I wish they hadn't launched the game in basically early access but full price. I wish it hadn't taken 8 years to get the game kind of into what an actual game should look like at launch day one. And yeah, there's lots of little things that I wish we had diagonal staircases. I wish we had spiral staircases. I wish we could have different sized dogs. I wish we had other pets than the ones we have. And I wish we had strollers. There's so many things I wish we had in the game, but it's pointless for me to wish these things now because unless they add it as a free update, I'm never gonna get those things. Unless somebody makes like a mod pack, community made pack, possibly then. But yeah, I don't know. It's just sad, honestly. I can't really talk about the development of the game because I don't think, and I don't want to blame the developers. I know they do make mistakes and they do make poor decisions, but I believe that the biggest issue is EA and the investors. That's just my opinion. Because, like, when something is about money, everything else gets put aside. And you can see when a project is done by passion and when it's done with profit in mind. And yeah, you don't have to ask which way they develop this game. Again, not the developers' fault. They're just doing their job. They're trying their best. Most of them are simmers themselves. I bet there are some bad eggs in there, just like in every other place in this world and in every workplace and in every community. But for the most part, I believe most of them love the game and most of them love the work they do. It's hard work. I don't even understand why crunch time even exists at this point in time in this day and age. So I don't really blame the developers. I just wish things were different, you know. And those were all the questions that I got from you guys. Thank you so much for sending them. That was very nice of you. So thank you. And now I want to briefly, this video is super long, I apologize, but I want to briefly talk about the channel. So I'm not coming back just yet. As I said, I'm still dealing with a lot of grief and a lot of like changes. When I'm living in my house again, things are gonna go back into normal, hopefully, or a new normal. But I also want to say that once I come back from my hiatus, I'm gonna do a couple of changes to this channel. The biggest one is that I'm no longer gonna put so much time into this channel. And before you misunderstand me, I've been treating, especially last year and this year, I've been treating this channel kind of like a second job. I've posted 2 times a week, if not 3 times a week on this channel, and most of my time has gone into either filming, editing, or streaming. And I do work. I have a normal job. I have an actual job and life like obligations and all that, like everybody does. So I don't have all the time in the world. This is not an actual job for me. So I don't have 16 hours a day to, you know, make videos and all that. So I realized after I took some time off to be with Nemo, and then after Nemo passed, I realized how much time I have put into this channel. And while I've loved it, don't get me wrong, I don't think that is neither sustainable nor healthy. I do think that I need to step back a little bit from this channel because I realized I can do lots of things when I have some time off. And if I use all of my time off to making Sims content, I'm not doing all those other things. And this is just a hobby. And because my views aren't like phenomenal, this is like a very small channel, and me treating this like a second job hasn't gotten like, I've not gone viral in any way, or like I don't have videos that perform super well now that I've posted 3 times a week. Oftentimes that has actually hurt my views because it takes a while for my videos to get the views because people are slow to come watch them. So yeah, for that reason, I just don't have the, like, why am I putting so much work into my videos and into this channel when it's not an actual job, you know? So because I don't want to burn myself out, and because I want to also be able to live my life and do other things, I have decided to step back a little bit from this channel. So I'm no longer, from this point onwards, whenever I'm gonna post the next video, I'm no longer posting within a schedule. So I'm not gonna say like, okay, every Sunday this is gonna go up, every Tuesday this is gonna go up. So I'm just gonna do a video when I feel like it. I think it's gonna still be every week, but who knows? If it's not, it's not. So I'm not gonna hold myself accountable for a schedule anymore. I just want to make the videos, enjoy making them, not have to rush. I hate rushing videos because I feel like the quality is not what I want then. And also, this is my passion. This is just a hobby for me. I don't really make money from this, and if I do, it's minimal. I'm talking like, at most my videos get like $3 or something like that. So I don't really make money from this channel. So I don't have an incentive to like rush or be working with a schedule or like dedicate so much time into this. I love it, and that's why I want to do it. And I want to continue love it. So that's why I want to have a little breather sometimes and not rush so much, not have so much pressure on me, because it really does not, like, it's not good. I want this to be a hobby, and I want to keep this as a hobby. So yeah, that's just what I've been thinking. As I said, I will make videos probably every week, sometimes even more times a week than just once a week. But if there comes a time when there are no videos one week, that's just it. I'm not gonna continue posting like, no videos, sorry, I got busy, blah blah blah. It's just no video, that's it. I'm sorry if it's annoying for you guys, but I don't think it's that bad, you know? Like, you all have your lives, you all have your responsibilities and stuff you want to do, and there are so many other creators that you can also watch that I don't think we need to put so much pressure on me, or I don't need to put so much pressure on me and this channel. So yeah, I just want to free myself from these kind of structures, if that makes sense. So yeah, when I come back, and I am so looking forward to playing my mermaid series, or my occult series, but yeah, I miss that so much. I want to play it so bad. I really want to do enemies to lovers storyline. I want them to get together. So yeah, I'm so excited, and I really want to start the next Llamas and Legends generation. So there are so many exciting things to happen in the future. So I am not going anywhere. I need a little bit more time to do other things, because I have a lot more other hobbies and other things I wish I had time to do. So I need to take some time. Otherwise, I will eventually someday die and be annoyed with myself that I just made Sims videos that I didn't have time for anything else. So yeah, that's basically it. If you're here still, thank you so much for watching till the end, and I hope you are doing okay. I hope your summer has been a little bit easier than mine. And if you have people that you love and pets that you love in your life, do embrace them and give them hugs and remind them how much you love them, because you never know. I know it's morbid, but you truly never know. So be grateful for the times that you do have, even though sometimes it is annoying and people get on your nerves and you have fights, but that's just life. At the end of the day, be grateful. And as I said, I don't think I can come back just yet, because I just don't have the end. I'm so tired. I've been super exhausted these days. I need some time, a little bit more time for myself. But once I am back fully, I will post a video and let you know that I am back. And yeah, I'm excited to get back. I'm really looking forward to it. If you have any other questions or anything you want to say, you can leave them in the comments below. You can find all my links and everything on the description. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day or night and week or weekend whenever you're watching this video. And I will see you in the next one. A bit happier, I hope. Oh, this one doesn't have arms. I was gonna say bye using its hands, but it doesn't have hands, so bye.